Hi Cancers, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. I'm going to go ahead and put these cards back because the group is too big. But like I was saying, in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Cancer and Capricorn on Fridays. Sorry, my bad, Thursdays. I was looking at the cards when I said that, so for some of you guys, Fridays in particular might be important in some way. Perhaps something is happening tomorrow that'll be very relevant, some kind of reunion. This card flew out right as I said that. But before I get too sidetracked with your actual reading, I do want to mention that if you're interested in the deck that I'm using today, it's called the Wisdom Seekers Tarot. And that my information, if you're interested in booking a private reading, is in the description below. Also, my goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your overall energy and your reading itself. So I'm just going to try to pull you guys out 2 or 3 more cards, and then we can get started. Also, sometimes the cards flip over in the deck like this. Usually I don't take them unless they jump out like these ones have. All right. So, I'm just going to take this time to remind you guys that if you like the reading or if it resonates with you, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. And I really like reading the comments and seeing when these readings resonate with you guys. But for your overall energy here, you have the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is a very nice card to have as your overall reading, or rather overall energy, because I feel there is a strong energy here. The Wands are very passionate, very moving, very go-getting kind of energy. And I feel like this person is very business savvy, likes to take risks, but not in a reckless kind of way. In like a smart, not moving out of fear kind of a way. So I feel like this person is embodying a lot of those qualities of strength and fearlessness, but not a whole lot of that sort of reckless energy that you might see with like the Page or the Knight of Wands. This person is very much warm and knows what they're doing and knows how their actions impact other people as well. Right? And now, sort of moving on to your reading energy here, you have a very interesting combination here. Because when I see the Three of Cups, I oftentimes think of reunions, right? Or getting together with people that you maybe haven't talked to in a while. Sort of this energy of coming back together. And at the same time, simultaneously, you have the Six of Swords energy. And the Six of Swords energy is the energy of leaving a situation. So it's almost like you have this energy of coming back and going at the same time. It's like, should I stay or should I go? Like the song. I'm also picturing like a revolving door. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be in a period of indecision as to what you should do. But I also feel there is that sort of revolving door energy for a lot of you guys where you're going and then you're coming back and then you're going, but I don't feel it in sort of like a negative toxic way. I feel like it's kind of like what you've it's just been your groove. I feel like you guys are getting in a groove, getting into an energy, sort of like a routine almost. And it's very interesting because I feel like with this Tower and with this Eight of Cups, you guys might be feeling a little bit trapped by your routine. Because the Eight of Swords here, the Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped and feeling bound and not being able to escape a situation. Now, this particular card is just like a pip deck, right? So it just has the 8 swords. It doesn't really have the symbolism that's usually associated with the 8 of swords. But in other decks, you'll have a woman who is blindfolded and tied up, and she's surrounded by all these swords. And the symbolism there is that, you know, she could use any one of the swords to escape her bondage, to escape her ropes. But because she's blindfolded, she's unable to see the possibilities that are around her to sort of help her out of her situation. So I feel like you guys might be entering this sort of like fixed mindset, or like this very closed off mentally energy, right? I feel like a lot of you guys might be just kind of sitting, staring at a wall blankly, not really knowing what to do, even though like there's probably some stuff that you could do, but I feel like you're kind of in that mind state where it's like hard to come up with those ideas. But like, you have the Tower card here, which to me symbolizes a great change, a great powerful change, right? Because the Tower card here comes when something in our lives isn't quite helping us anymore, right? When something isn't serving us anymore and is actually actively working against us, hindering us, you see the Tower, especially when that's built on a faulty foundation. The Tower in the story gets hit by a lightning bolt, and as a result crumbles because it was not built to withstand that kind of sort of abuse, right? And I feel like that's what's going on here with your sort of mental blockages. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be in a rut, especially since I was getting that sort of routine energy earlier, and for a lot of you guys it might actually even feel like stagnation, but this is coming up and this is shaking up a whole lot. And I feel like it's really good news, because first of all, I want to mention that we have the Chariot and the Tower card, which, even though the Tower isn't the death, to me feels scorpionic. Because, well, for one, Scorpio is the sign of sex, and then you have sort of like the phallic imagery, and that sometimes sort of points to Scorpio, but it also points to Scorpio in the fact that it's huge death and huge transformation, Scorpio being the sign of transformation, right? And then you have the Chariot, which is the sign of Scorpio. Sorry, sign of Cancer. I feel like a lot of you guys might be dealing with a lot of Scorpio energy right now, currently, or maybe you have Scorpio in your chart. But either way, you have sort of these 2 water sign energies, and then you have the 7 of Cups, which to me is very Piscean energy. So it feels like you have the whole triad of water sign energy, and then you have the 3 of Cups. So I'm feeling like you guys are in a very sort of watery mood, and I feel like you guys can use that to your advantage, because when you're in this sort of very emotionally awakened state, it might be easier to manifest things, for example. It might be easier to talk and communicate with people because you have a better understanding of how they're feeling and how they're thinking. So definitely used sort of this heightened intuition that's coming with all this water energy to your advantage. But like I was saying here, you have movement energy with the Chariot card, which, by the way, like I said earlier, is the sign of Cancer. So you guys are very much in your energy right now. But beyond that, you have the 8 of Cups, which is also walking away. So you have like these 2 big energies, and the 6 of Swords. So you have like all these strong energies of movement, all this strong energy of walking away. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be doing a lot of that. You might be doing a lot of change and a lot of sort of leaving things behind right now. But it's very interesting because to contrast this sort of 6 of Swords, Chariot, 8 of Cups energy, you have this 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords energy, right? The 8 of Swords talks about feeling bound, like I was saying earlier. And I feel like now is a good time to sort of try to leave that energy behind as much as you can and enter this 7 of Cups energy, which the 7 of Cups talks about really sitting down and fantasizing and coming to sort of daydreaming about what kind of a solution you want to have, what kind of things you want to have, just anything in general that has to do with that sort of dreamy, fantasizing, imagination kind of energy, right? And I feel like I mentioned earlier, with all this water energy, this is going to come very easily to you, especially if you're in any kind of creative endeavor. So I feel like now is a good time to be in the 4 of Swords energy, where you're really just resting. Also, I yawned right as I said resting. So I feel like some of you guys might be staying up really late or might not be getting as much rest as you need. So I feel like now is a good time to just rest and relax and let your imagination run wild. And I feel like all this energy of walking away is going to come in due time, but now is a good time for you to just enjoy the journey. Huge changes that are coming, just make sure that you're enjoying the ride. But that was your reading first time around, Cancer. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Cancer videos on Thursdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.